So if I'm honest with you, I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go with this video. Um, Kind of all over the place. I was at Target this afternoon or this evening, and I was walking back to my car and kind of just got this inkling to write down or text to myself, wrestling with God. And I knew that it was something that I needed to talk about. I knew that it was something that would help everyone watching this video, hopefully. Um, and so when I got home this afternoon or this tonight, I took a quick shower, um, shaved, got to be looking right, and I figured, you know what, let's go out to the garage and let's just talk. Um, Over the last few months, life's been a little crazy. Uh, Nothing that you guys would see on the outside or anything like that. Nothing like extreme. However, it's just been a pretty crazy few months. Really, ever since my last video here on YouTube, it's just kind of just been. It hasn't been dark. It hasn't even been like depressing or anything like that. It's just kind of been off. Like I know coming into 2025, I was so excited to start the year, and I had so many big goals and so many things I wanted to accomplish in 2025. And not that I don't want to accomplish those things anymore. It's kind of like I just don't really care that much. Like I don't really I had a lot of like money goals, and I had business goals, and I had a goal I wanted to buy this car, live in this house, and do these like all this materialistic crap. And um and I want to say about mid to late January, I obviously I run a coaching business, and I help guys or other coaches scale their business. And my my ad account was just got completely disabled. Didn't get a reasoning or anything. Facebook kind of just said, "Hey, we're going to disable your ad account," and it is what it is, basically. So I had this whole thing where I'm like chatting with the support team with Facebook, and I'm going through all this stuff. And at the end of the day, they couldn't give me a reason, but they said, "Hey, we're going to close down this account. Um, Tough luck," basically. And so I said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna have to put my business on pause for a little bit. I'm gonna have to reconstruct a few things, kind of do things a little bit different." And obviously, with no ad account for my at the time it was my business Instagram, I needed to pivot and figure out another way to get clients. And so I created a new Instagram, which it is what it is. I had to start from scratch, literally back to zero, and I'm trying to build that Instagram back up now. To I mean, honestly, anything at this point is kind of just a fresh Instagram. I literally just started not so long ago, and really just had to kind of just press the reset button. I was a little frustrated. I was kind of like, man, things were good, things were going great, things were going exactly how I planned it, and now I have to restart again. And so took some time, did that, restarted my Instagram, and um, I ran ads. I think it was in I want to say like February or March or something like that. And we had a newborn at the end of January, and she was born a little early, and we were in the hospital with her for a good while. My wife was in the hospital for I want to say about a week and a half. The baby was in the hospital for 3 weeks. It was just a mess. And then when she finally came home, right after that, she gets whooping cough, and it's just been a lot of just life kind of hitting all at one time. While I'm also trying to run a business, while I'm also I have kids, I have a family, I have all this stuff going on, and so at this point where we are now in April, everything is fine. That's kind of like the best way I can kind of put it. Like, baby's healthy, kids are good. I've restarted my business, and running ads again, and things are kind of cranking back up. Um, but the one thing I noticed was somewhere in all of this mess over the last few months, my relationship with God went downhill. And not in the sense of like belief in God, like I believe in God 100%, like I like Jesus is king, like there's no like whatever about that. It's just I kind of felt myself trying to do everything by myself. But in the moment, or in the times of going through this stuff, I was almost like acting as if God was with me. But the reality of it was just me making decisions by myself and doing things by myself, saying that God was with me. Um, and again, over the last few months, I kind of just realized like I can't do everything alone. And I've known that, I've seen this happen to other people. It's I know that this is how it works. Like you can't do it all by yourself. But for whatever reason, I thought that I could. I thought that I could go, write out my goals for 2025, create a plan, and then just watch it all come to fruition. And it didn't happen anything like that. Like I'm not even close to some of the goals that I have set in January, which it is what it is. But one thing I do understand is that two men can work equally, but God provides the increase. And the that verse hits me all the time. It's one of those things where I know when I'm walking with God, I have this peace about me, and I have this, I don't want to say aura, because aura is like a weird word now in 2025, but like I feel different. I can feel the Holy Spirit. I just feel different when I'm actually walking with God and things are happening versus when I'm not walking with God and I'm trying to make things happen. And that's kind of where I've been at this last few months. And I've been fighting it. I've been kind of going back and forth with it. And it wasn't until today where I don't know, it's kind of hit me. I'm walking out of Target. We got like some protein powder and like a bunch of crap, soaps, and just stuff. And we're walking to the car, and then it was just like God was just like, boom, like this is the problem. This is what you're lacking. Like I'm not walking with you. You're just doing stuff, and you're saying you're walking with me, but I'm actually like over there just watching you do whatever you're doing. And I wanted to make this video because I know some of you guys are doing the exact same thing, not knowing that you're out here doing it by yourself. Um, the one thing that really stuck with me today as well, like before I went to Target, I was scrolling on TikTok, whatever, and I came across this video. It's this guy. I don't know his name. I follow him on Instagram and I also follow him on TikTok, but I have no clue who he is. I just see his content every now and then. He's like sitting on this couch, and he's like all done up or whatever. And I think he's wearing like like slacks and like a nice dress shirt or whatever. And he's talking about how without God he'd just be lost, and how God has given him everything that he has today. And he was just kind of talking about like how when you walk with God, God will increase you in ways that you can't even imagine. Like God is the abundance, right? And I guess that's kind of where the first um, real sign of anything happened today. I kind of like I noted it in my brain. I was like, oh man, that's actually good stuff. Like, and I saved the video. I was like, oh, I need to go back and watch this every now and then. And then I got the target, and I got another sign. It's just like, you're not walking with me. This is what it looks like when you walk with me. Your life is what it looks like when you don't walk with me. um, Basically, that's how I interpret it. Maybe you interpret it different, but that's how I interpret it. It's like I'm very black and white, and I'm just at a point now where I'm just like, man, I don't want to try to do this crap alone. I don't want to try to um, figure it all out myself, because I know where that gets me, and it gets me nowhere. It gets me frustrated. It gets me down. And that life, it turns into turmoil. It turns into a mess. And obviously, you can see this stuff all over the Bible. But for whatever reason, when we're in the moment and we're going through this stuff, we think that we can do it without God. But the reality of it is, you're going through it because you're doing it without God. Um, and that was the biggest thing. It took going through the last 10 weeks, 12 weeks, or whatever it's been, to understand that I've been trying to figure this out by myself this entire time. We've been slacking on going to church. We've been slacking on, reading our Bibles. We've been slacking on just all this stuff, while also asking God to help us out. But we're not even doing our part, you know. Um, it's just been crazy. It's been literally insanity. I'm doing the same thing, expecting different results, and it's a cycle that I fall into quite often. If I'm honest with myself, and I'm just kind of tired of doing it. I'm tired of going in this rotating pattern that I've created, and I'm ready to take that next step with God and really allow Him to actually give me advice and actually tell me what to do and where to go. Right? Um, Man creates his plans, but God directs his footsteps. I've been creating all these plans. I have so many plans. I have all the plans, right? But I'm also trying to direct my footsteps. And God's saying go left. I'm like, I'll go. I'll maybe next time, but right now I'm gonna go right, right. And obviously I'm not doing this consciously. I'm not like, God, I'm not gonna do what you say. But it's more like it's just obvious, right? If I was taking the step that He wanted me to take, I'd be at the place where He wants me to be, and so will you. Like, you don't have to wrestle with God if you just stay obedient and follow His lead and allow Him to guide you on the path that He wants to guide you on, and stop thinking that you need to be the man. Simple as that. So, hope this video helps. Um, I hope that this video inspires you to pick up your Bible, get back into the Word if you're not in the Word right now. I hope that inspires you to associate with people that are going in the right direction, get away from people who aren't going in the right direction, and also just to slow down and take a look at your life and go, man, am I actually walking with God, or am I just talking about walking with God? Right? And so, with that, I'm wrapped up. I try to do this video with as little cuts as possible, because I really kind of wanted to do this video in one take and kind of head back in, and just kind of really wanted to speak what was on my mind. And so, yeah, catch you guys on the next one. Peace.